Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and another prop trading review. So I get asked loads of times about certain prop firms, what my opinions are, etc. And I generally have a quick look at them and see how they're doing. But this one keeps cropping up, so I thought I'd have a more of an in-depth look. Now I typically only do reviews on prop firms if they've just launched and they're quite new, and they might have something different in the market to offer, or they're an established prop firm and they're also changing some of their rules or some of their parameters that might have a benefit to traders. But this one has just been reoccurring over the past few months, so I really want to have a bit more of a deep dive and see what they're like. Then in about April, they launched their account managers program. And essentially, you paid someone else to do the challenge on your behalf, and you took, I think it was about a 50-50 profit split. And at the time, it all sounded very reasonable, but I think they had a lot of problems. You couldn't choose your account manager, and some of them weren't very good, and they had a lot of failures in the first month or so. So I think they were trying to rectify that, but again, it's got a lot worse since then. So they've now scrapped that model and gone to almost like a one-time payment fee or a monthly subscription, and it just gets worse and worse. And my whole sort of thinking is, would I pay for this? No way. Let's have a quick look at their website and see what it's all about. So when you first come here, it looks pretty slick, nicely laid out, sort of nice bit of branding. But as you get more behind the scenes, it becomes worse and worse. So let's look at their one-time fee program. Now, the whole premise behind this is you pay a one-time fee, you have access to that amount of capital, and therefore any of the profits you make from day one, you get a profit split. But when you look deep down on what the actual parameters are, it is so rigged in their favor, it is astronomical. So let's take the $100,000 account. So it's a one-time payment of $5,500. And the maximum ever drawdown limit is 4% of the initial account. So if you ever go below $96,000, your account is closed. And in that situation, it's a win-win for them. You've actually paid all of the losses. So let's assume in the worst case scenario, you've actually been given an account of $100,000. You've actually paid all of the losses. Most prop firms work on a premise that they will do a profit split, and if you're in a loss, they will accept and take on the losses. But here, the trader has paid for all the losses up front. And let's say you are profitable and you do actually make some decent profits, they're actually taking a 50-50 profit split as well. So they're in a no-lose situation if anybody ever signs up for this and it becomes real. And then when you look at their monthly payment plans, it is so confusing. I cannot work out what any of it means. So we're paying out monthly $550 to get access to a $50,000 account, but it doesn't say anything about what you have to do. It almost looks like there is scaling up at each verification level. Let's say you make over 20%, you obviously then get to the next level, but what do you get benefits from that? It just doesn't seem to make any sense whatsoever. And the whole thing just gets worse when you go to the FAQ section. You would assume there'd be endless lists of all the FAQs that people might want to know. And yes, there's some stuff there, but as soon as you actually click on some of these things, it just goes to videos unavailable. They've obviously linked it to a YouTube account and actually then gone and deleted the video. The whole thing is absolute shambles. And then for me, what makes it even worse is when you actually start reading the Trustpilot reviews. Now, a lot of times, most people go into Trustpilot and will give either a very positive experience or a very negative experience. But here, there's not a single positive experience. Of all the people who have given a review on Trustpilot, it is all bad. It could be a lot of people got an axe to grind, didn't do very well, and just want to vent their frustration on Trustpilot. But the reality is when you start looking in more detail, you can see that there's a common theme against all of them. We can also see here that the profile has never been claimed, so definitely MYFXSEED would not want to put their name to any of these reviews. So the first one, worst decision I've ever made. Master Trader Program is a scam. That goes back to what I said where people were assigned these traders and therefore they just basically blew the accounts and there was no comeback on it whatsoever. Don't ever give money to these scammers. I bought their account management service for $850 and they just messed up the account doing all kinds of rubbish until I ended up with no account and no money. And it is just review after review after review of negativity. So as we can see, the website is rubbish, the reviews are rubbish, there appears to be no substance behind this company whatsoever. So in my honest opinion, stay well clear. Do not get involved one bit with this company. You are only going to have a negative experience and possibly lose a lot of money. Hope my review has been a bit useful for you and a bit entertaining as well. Just gives you insight into some of the poor prop firms out there and how they evolve over many months to try and get an edge. But as they keep evolving and trying something new, the new things just fail flat and it just makes everyone look really bad in the industry. So make sure you hit the like button, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.